Good morning, everyone. It's a lovely Sunday morning. It's almost noon, so I wanted to get in really quick while I could still say good morning instead of good noon. Well, at 12:01 it's good afternoon. So I guess you can only. I guess the only time there's a problem is when it's exactly 12, because it's not afternoon and it's not morning anymore, right? But anyway, welcome. Welcome to Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. Not for the first time, of course. We've played this before. Or I have. I played this before on stream, so theoretically we have played this. If you have gone and watched it. So, let's play some more. Let's get right straight into it. Just have a great, grand old time on this lovely, lovely game that, could never possibly offend anyone in any way. It's a perfect game to play on a Sunday because there's a religious iconography, and of course it's fully wholesome, you know. All the religious content is certainly wholesome and not, you know, disrespectful or blasphemous or anything like that, right? I mean, we all know how popular it is among the religious crowd. You know, pastors and priests and the like are constantly suggesting this game to their congregations and everything, right? Because of the in-depth and respectful study of religion that it engenders. Sorry you can tell that I'm stalling here. It's because I'm trying to get my stuff to actually refresh correctly, and it's not. I think I'm broadcasting fine, right? I've got my mic audio. I've got the audio from the game. Okay, I think it's working. It's just not everything is refreshing correctly, but it looks like it's working. So if you can see me, then it's working, right? Alright, good. Excellent. Perfect. Wonderful. Let's do a thing, right? Alright, where was I at? What was I doing? I still haven't unlocked Judas. I don't know why I keep going back to Cain, but my instinct keeps telling me to go back to Cain. I don't know why. Oh no, the basement's on fire! Somebody call the fire department! It's burning! Oh, okay, I don't want to let that guy out there yet. I didn't realize the fire was going to create a barrier for him. Oh, I didn't initially realize that. That's why I started crying all over that flame there. But, strategically, I think it's a good idea for me to not let him out until I've dealt with these little twitchy-ass floaty head men who... Oh, there's also a poop there. I could free him via poop, but... I already started crying on this fire, so I might as well cry it out, right? Alright, hey flaming buddy. Now you have no head on anymore. And look at the boss. I could easily go for a speed run there, but I'm going to instead go for an explorer run. Because it seems like to me, a speed run would just mean a speedier death for me. Which I don't want, necessarily. You know, I like to... Generally, these games, you wanna like, you know, you wanna get to the end of them. That's kind of the point. I mean, I've already been, what's the word? I've already been mostly desensitized to fit my own failure, in that I don't generally, okay, it gave me the bad eye there. Did it give me any other items? No, it just gave me the pearl, okay. That's fine, that's cool, I like that. Instead of a luck foot, shit, I rerolled my luck foot into a pearl. Oh, I can charge shot now. Actually, I don't know if that's a pearl. It looked like an orb of some kind. I just remember that Mom's Pearl is actually a trinket item you get, not a passive item. So I don't know what. I don't remember exactly the name of the item that gives you that whited out eye that I have now instead of the luck foot. But hopefully this will mean good things for me instead of, you know, even though it means I have less luck. Hopefully this charge multi-shot thingy I got going on will hopefully bring me great rewards in the adventure to come here. So far it seems so pretty good. Boop. No, I thought you were going to boop to death. Come on. There you go. Yeah, it's so sad. Life is pain, I understand. Goodbye. I don't like treasure rocks, so I'm just gonna go move on to... Oh, the butterbean? Or mega bean? Mega bean. Gigafart. Yeah, it's what I want. That's exactly what I need. to get me out of this predicament. The ability to make a huge fart. I mean, what else could you possibly want out of life? You know, that's everyone's goal. Clearly, is to I have no bombs. Is to find a giant bean. Well, first you want to have an eye patch, and then you want to get your other eye to not longer be able to see. But apparently, I still can because I can, you know, see what I'm doing. Maybe I have some kind of telepathy or like blind sense. I don't know, echolocation or something. And then to eat a giant bean that makes you fart hugely, right? There you go, I farted. Oh, and I made a rock. Ooh, that's cool. Makes a big rock spike, shockwave, line. It's not a wave though. It was more of a line. That's not maybe accurate. Waves could travel in a line. It's just like it's not made of wave. When I think of a shockwave, right? I generally think of it moving outward in a spread fashion, but I guess really you could have a wave form that's just very narrow and moving in a straight line. So I guess I could still call it a wave. Now he's summoning spiders from the epic Dragon Ball beam, apparently. Oh no! Don't touch me! Oh, I ran into him. Well, I guess I can't really blame the spider since I ran directly into it for some reason. It didn't really touch me. I touched him, and it hurt me, like I knew it would in my conscious brain. But for some reason, the part of my brain controlling my finger at that moment made me go towards the danger rather than away from it. Yeah. So that's entirely on me, that one. That one, I can't even blame the boss for doing his job, or I mean the enemies for doing his job, because he didn't. He just stood there while I ran into him. So, meh. But, you know, I got through it. I didn't die. I just didn't get the devil deal. Double dealing dastardly devil. Ah, Basement 2 is not on fire like Basement 1 was, which is a good sign, I think. I mean, really, whatever. It's just a modifier. It's not really good or bad necessarily. This means, you know, when the burning basement, you just get more fires and more flaming enemies, and that's not always terrible. Flaming enemies tend to, I mean, the campfires themselves, most enemies do get hurt by them, so you can have to use it to your advantage. But enemies that are flaming, that are on fire, are generally more powerful than the standard version of those enemies that are not on fire. So, therefore, those guys being upgraded is a detriment to my success. But overall, it doesn't seem like it's necessarily harder just because it's a burning basement, you know? Or whatever the modifiers of the levels. Meow. Meow. Charge shot. Meow. No. Don't dodge. You don't have a head. You don't even know what's going on around you. Come on, just stand still. Stand still. Wait for safety. Wait for your friends to come find you. That you don't have friends, do you? Well, there you go. I suppose if you went blind from your head being missing or otherwise, if you knew you had no friends, then the whole strategy of stay put till someone finds you wouldn't work, or at least you wouldn't think it would work. Or someone who finds you might want you dead, which would be bad. So, I guess in that situation, if you knew that no one in the world cared about you, period, and would not help you, then I guess you should run around randomly spurting blood bullets out of your neck. Because what else could you do to survive at that point, right? You know, in your missing brain, because you're decapitated, but you're somehow still alive. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, I can flush stuff. It's probably less useful than the farting, because I think all it does is it, like, makes poops disappear or something. Or it makes the room fill up with ankle-high water. And it doesn't do anything to rocks or keys. So we've just discovered that. Alright, well. I guess I should have tried it in a room with enemies to see what the effect is on them. But I'll let it recharge. I mean, I gotta charge it by killing things. Or clearing rooms, specifically. Because I don't have a power-up that lets it charge in some other fashion. So I will make it charge by clearing rooms. Then try it again in a room with bad guys. Although I might not be able to finish charging it because I think I may have explored all the rooms I can. Yeah. That's a predicament, because now I'll have to bring it with me to the next floor to test it, and that means leaving the cart. Maybe I will leave the fart. I mean, even though I know the fart is useful, and I know how to use it, and I know it's good for me, the Giga Fart, I'm just super curious about what this toilet flusher really would do to enemies. I don't know, I'll think about it during the rest of this boss fight, and I'll get back to you. Whoa. Come on, little horn. Come on, little horn. Don't be a meanie. Don't be a meanie today. Be a friendo. A friendo crescendo. Come on. I mean, I feel like we've known each other for a while. I may not have known you as long as Monstro. He and I are good friends. But, you know, I think we've built up a rapport over this time. I think maybe it would be nice if you gave me a free win here, you know, for old time's sake. Didn't try to, you know, hit me with your coughed up cannonball or your trolley bombs or your dangerous trapdoor holes that you throw at sometimes. None of that stuff. I mean, I know that's your job and all. You know, we all got jobs to do. Oh, okay, good. Thank you, sir, for not harming me. Hello, Satan. Oh, you got some red-ass fires here that are going to shoot at me, right? Whoopsie, didn't mean to pick that up, but I did, apparently. Get it. So now I have that. I don't want the shovel, though. It's just a cheaty item as you go down a level early. And I don't want to donate my health to that guy. So, goodbye. Well, my sin went up, which is sin hearts. I don't know if it also has a passive effect. Maybe I'll be more likely to get sin hearts. But who knows? We'll find out. We might not find out definitively because even if I get sin hearts, I can't be sure if that's because of a chance being increased by the robe or not. It makes it kind of hard to do science in that case, you know. But I considered it, as you may have guessed by me walking this way, that I decided to get the bean instead of the flusher. Because there are known knowns and there are known unknowns, and I don't know. I know that I don't know how the flush is going to affect enemies, but I know that the fart and the rocks that shoot out of the ground when I fart with this bean will hurt enemies, and I like things that hurt the enemies. Generally. You know. Because anyone that means me harm, most often the solution is to harm them first. At least in the game. I don't want to tell you that it's life advice. If in real life, I feel like there are other options, like you can avoid getting harmed, and maybe convince someone who wants to harm you that they don't really want to harm you, either through, you know, rational discourse or some sort of deterrent that doesn't necessarily harm them. But in the game, at any rate, the solution is to harm the harmers. Harm the ones that intend you harm before they harm you sufficiently to kill you. You want to harm them sufficiently to kill them. So that being the case, being able to shoot a giant fart that also makes spiky rocks go at the enemies and all around hurting them seems better than something that might not hurt enemies at all, for all I know. It could also instantly kill them all, which would have been better. But I didn't know for sure. I couldn't test it fully. So that's, unfortunately, the choice I was left with was something that might be beneficial versus something I know is beneficial. So I think I made the right choice in that situation, given those parameters. I feel like I'm overly rambly today. I should probably just tone it down a bit. You know, slow it down. Don't need to be running my mouth really fast. I go, you know, tone it down from like 60 miles per hour to like a leisurely 35 or something. I don't know if that metaphor really makes sense or not, but yeah, I think you get the idea. Maybe I should work on my radio DJ voice, easy listening station style. Oh, and I touched that spot. I don't know why I called that. I don't know why I decided to call that voice that particular thing at that time. That was off the cuff. I don't even have cuffs. I don't even have long sleeves. I have short sleeves. My throat hurts a bit. Perhaps I should have thought ahead and not talk like a caricature of William Shatner. But maybe I should have thought ahead and got some water to drink. Or really anything. No way to have a soda. But soda is certainly not the healthiest thing to drink in the morning. But now, It's afternoon officially by 4 minutes, so therefore, legally, I can drink this soda. Never mind, I took a sip earlier. No, there's not really a law around here about not drinking soda before noon. That was actually some weird... Oh, goody. I like that. That was actually some weird rule, I guess that's what I call it, a rule, instilled into me by my mother when I was younger, and I would ask for soda prior to 12 o'clock p.m. My mother would say, well, it's not even noon yet, you shouldn't be drinking soda in the morning. And that kind of instilled in my brain that apparently it was, like, unacceptable to drink carbonated beverages before noon. But that's not really a rule anywhere that I know of on the books, you know. I haven't done extensive research, but it just doesn't seem like other people follow that credo necessarily. I mean, generally, whatever, it is smarter to not do that. In fact, it's smarter not to drink soda at all. Soda's not exactly a healthy beverage. Or, you know, use extreme moderation. And I don't. I drink it a lot. I drink it most of the time. That's probably why part of the reason why I'm so unhealthy. But in any case, yeah, so that's like, you know, it's kind of like the attitude of like drinking alcohol before 5. It's like, oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. People want to drink it before 5 in their current time zone. So I guess for soda, I can go, well, it's afternoon somewhere. Or just, you know, not worry about that weird rubric that was impressed upon me by my mother when I was a youth, when I was an adolescent. Although some say I still have the maturity of an adolescent, which I don't argue with. I am quite immature in many ways. But honestly, I don't feel like being mature is necessary. I mean, that's just the end of the thought right there. I don't feel like being mature is necessary. There are situations of certainly which warrant it. But I prefer, overall, I prefer the youthfulness, an attitude of youthfulness. And, you know, being... Oh. Hello. Hello. Thank you. Goodbye. I forget what I was about to say, but it was certainly something. It was certainly something. It might not have been something wise, but it was something. I'm trying to remember without using too much brain power because I'm still playing a game here and fighting a mini boss of sorts. What was I gonna say there? I don't even remember what the first part of the sentence was now. Damn. Youthfulness. Oh, I'm firing the laser. Shoop de whoop. I'm firing the laser. I'm not gonna go in there. Anyway, I generally think a youthful attitude is good to keep, at least somewhat. As you get older, there are certainly situations that require maturity, like serious emotional times of people. You don't want to be cracking jokes at someone's funeral, for instance. And, like, you know, serious business situations at your work, your office. You gotta be serious when you're doing serious business. People expect it. You know, you could have a good idea, but if you're being immature and non-serious in your presentation of that good idea, people will disregard it. Or they're more likely to. Oh, why? Why, though? But why? Why am I in here now? What activated which teleported me? Is it my cloak? Did my cloak do that? I didn't want to be in here because I have to hurt myself to get out. That makes bombs. This makes hearts. Yeah. Good, I'll bolster my health there. And then get out of here. I really didn't want to go into that room. I don't know what teleported me. I'm really not sure what item I have that made that happen. Oh, is it the trinket I have? Is it the pearl there? If that's the case, I'm gonna switch it out because I don't want to be randomly teleported out of rooms when I'm hurt, especially not boss fight rooms because you lose all your progress on that boss. Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna take no, that's not a trinket. That's the bean. That'll replace my shoop the whoops, and I like shooping whoops. Shooping the whoop is a good thing. Where do I leave my trinket? Is it down there? Yeah, it's down south. No, that's money. Let me actually look at the map like a smart person. How do smart people look at maps? Okay, it's in the east. It's actually on the way back to the boss room, so I didn't need to be wandering all over the friggin' level. My bad. Oh, it's just half a magnet, right? Well, I'd rather have kind of working magnet than something that's going to teleport me without my consent. Although, I mean, on the other hand, it does reset the fight in regards to me being damaged by him, and because you know, oh well, there we go, got hurt again. Because as always, I will remind you that in this game, if you go through the whole boss fight without getting damage, you get a much higher likelihood of the Devil Deal room opening at the end of the boss fight. And it can still happen otherwise, but it's a much lower chance when you've been hurt. Oh yeah, I can see my wounds, can't I? Fire in a laser. It was kind of like a milky laser. Milky cannon! For those who don't know, in some of the Dragon Ball fighting games, some of the characters have very amusingly named power attacks. Like Captain Ginyu, for some reason, I think it actually is. It's not from the game. Like, I think there might be origins based in the manga or in the untranslated anime. But whatever, whatever the real source of it is, in the game is where I learned about it. Like Captain Ginyu's attacks, special attacks, names are based around dairy products. Like he had the attack. Oh, it wasn't my trinket because it happened again. This is a conundrum. What was I saying? Captain Ginyu, yeah, he's got like this attack where he rains down energy balls on the enemy, and it's called Parmesan Shower. But his primary power attack is called Milky Cannon, which, you know, insert joke about, well, you know what it's about. Do I want to fight Krampus? I'm just gonna move on. What was I saying? Milky Cannon, yeah, it's called Milky Cannon, and he would yell that out in the game. I don't remember him ever saying that in the anime, at least the dubbed version that I'd seen. But maybe in the original Japanese he does, who knows? I mean, there are people who know that, I'm sure. I don't, though. Neither I nor anyone currently in the room with me, which is nobody, know that answer, so I can't provide definitive information on that. But anyway, that's the backstory of why I said Milky Cannon right there, when I shoot my moves. Because it kind of looked like it was a beam made of milk. At least to me. There you go. No, yeah, there you go. Spitter. Spitter man. So, also, today, which is Sunday, April 8th, 2018, according to the thing on the screen that you can see. That I handily put there. I don't know why I bothered, but I did. Will hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, be the first day in which my friends and I, including a friend who previously did not have a PS4, will play some Grand Theft Auto 5 online.
Pretty fly.
For a white guy! Yeah. Maybe not all of us will get on, whatever. As long as at least one of them will play, I'll still do it. And we can have fun. If there's only two of us, I hope we can play with random people. But if there's two or more of us, I feel like we can do our own little private session and still have fun. I know at least one of my friends that I'm trying to get involved in this would feel the same way, because he expressed concern in the past about playing in servers with random people who might be out to troll you, and frequently are, to be honest. They do. And if you know who you are out there who do that. But, you know, for the most part, I think it's okay to put up with, because you can just go into passive mode and do other stuff to get around it. Whatever it is that's teleporting me is still with me. Oh, okay, now I'm back in the arcade. What item is this that's doing that? So I know to avoid it in the future. I can only assume it's either the cloak. It's either the cloak or the cursed eye or whatever it is that I got from that rolling room. If that is in fact what it's called, I don't know. That just popped in my head. So I guess I'm gonna have to be really more careful than I normally am about getting hit if I don't want to get teleported. Which usually I don't. Most of the time I don't want to be teleported unless I say so. Okay, let's just there to clean that up. I mean, if I'm trapped in a room and I have almost no health and I'm gonna die, and I get teleported out to a room that has health, that would be good. But otherwise, I don't usually want to teleport during fights, because then I have to start them over. Come at me, bats! Come at me! So yeah, I was, anyway, GTA 5 online later today. Look forward to it. I hope it works out. Hope everyone who planned, I have all my friends who we plan to do it to, I hope all my friends who we plan to do this with will be able to, and I hope that we all have a good time. I hope that nobody, you know, none of these people are the people that, none of the people are people that previously expressed not wanting to be on live streams, so hopefully they won't suddenly start doing that, and I can just stream it, and everyone can have a great time, and everything will be wonderful. Oh. No, I missed him completely. I was a bad shoop. That was a bad shoop to whoop that didn't hit anything. Don't be pooping everywhere. Jeez. This run-through has been so far not having an excessive amount of poop in it, and now you're here to ruin it, Larry Jr., where you're pooping everywhere constantly. Pooping back and forth forever, as the card in Cards Against Humanity says. Gotcha. Yeah, let's clean up this poop. Come on, poop cleanup detail. I don't know why I was assigned that. Really, I'm taking it upon myself. No one's telling me to do it. But I feel like it's a good idea to get rid of all these poops. Oh! And now the game wants to give me a poop item. Yeah, well, now I have butt bombs. So now I'm going to be pooping all over the place and blowing up my poop, I guess. That's gross. Ah, shit. Well, good thing I didn't teleport there, huh? That would have been a tragedy. I mean, a tragedy. No. Boop, boop. Cleaning up the poop. Cleaning up the poop. Oh, Larry, hi. Hi again, Larry Jr. How are you? I'm gonna shoot your whoop. I'm gonna shoot my. Actually, I'm gonna shoot my whoop all over you, if that's cool. Well, I almost got you with it, right? I mean, I got most of you with it. I mean, I almost killed you with it. Would have been beneficial to me. Wouldn't have been beneficial to you. You have these brief extra moments of life that you've got going on. Well, now you're dead. There you go. He's dead now. Yep. And won't say goodbye to Larry Jr. He's dead. Okay, that was the wrong button. Had the general end result I wanted of blowing that chest out of. Didn't notice that troll bomb, and then I had a freak out moment for that because of it. Tijar. Do I want Tijar? Yeah. It means I can't whoop my shoops. Oh, that's right. It holds an extra heart, right? Well, I mean. Yeah. Oh, it's multiple hearts. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. I can pick up all these extra hearts. Yeah. And I think if I use it, it drops them on the ground for me to pick up when I need them. Yeah, I can see that being useful. I mean, shooting my whoop is pretty boss, but hoarding a bunch of hearts in a jar and then spreading them all over the place when I need to heal myself is good too. And possibly more useful, in fact, since shooting my whoop while it would kill enemies won't necessarily save me, unless killing the enemy prevents it from killing me, which then it kind of would. But I think in more situations, I could use the heart. Like, say if a boss is about to kill me, and the boss is currently invincible. I think being able to drop several hearts on the ground to heal myself in that situation would be better than being able to shoot a laser, since the boss at that time is invincible, you know. But, you know, that being said, it's all give and take. They both have the uses. This one, I guess, is what my point is that neither one is intrinsically, universally better than the other. It's different applications. All right, boss fight. Hey, Gertie. What a lovely pile of organs you have today. Is your spleen feeling good today? Are you, do you have a cheerful sensation in your appendix? I'm not really sure what you're... we still don't really 100% know what the nature of Gertie is. Is it a little dude inside of a pile of organs? Or are these organs part of Gertie's body? They're just external for some reason, and he or she has the ability to crawl around inside of his or her own organs to reposition his or her head to spit blood at me. You know, these are the questions that come up. But it's not necessary to find out the answer, because I can still murder it without knowing why it is the way it is. And I didn't notice this was here prior to going in to that boss fight, so I'm clearing it now. No. I say no to you. Oh, I'll say no to these guys. I really don't, okay, well. Yay! Yay! Oh, it just holds him, doesn't really damage him, does it? I mean, that bought me some time to run around in circles. Ooh. Invisiboys. Oh, Invisiboys, you're so rascally. Doubting that at the moment. Yeah, okay, I'll use the top off my heart.
2 of hearts.
2 of hearts. That's for donating hearts. Okay, I'll just take the devil card with me and be on my merry way. Let that bomb blow up. There you go. So I can only pick up 4 hearts worth of hearts with this jar. This jar has exactly 4 hearts of storage capacity. So, well, it seems that way. So, that's good knowledge to have in my brain. So I can strategize myself. Don't do it, Mom. Don't grab me. Yay! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, the blood got me. That's why I don't know. I didn't want to get surrounded by blood, but it happened anyway. Oh boy! Oh boy! Asa Abloy. Isn't that like a place? Is that the name of the place? That's the bong button. That was the incorrect button from which I pushed. But it's okay. I picked him back up. It's all good. Hard devil! Devil card. Now my shots do more damage, but they still don't penetrate your face shield. But when I do hit you in the brain, you're gonna feel it. Blurp. Blorp. Nope. Blurp. Blorp. Blarg. Blick. Black. There we go. Perfect. Yes. Nice. Excellent. Wonderful. Everything is wonderful now. Na, 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 na. I don't know. Where are you? Where are you gonna... Okay. Probably more than one of you. No. There was not. I was mistaken. There was only one. I'm not saddened by this revelation. I don't have to always be right with my predictions. Which is actually a good thing, because a lot of times I predict bad things that don't happen, and that's good that the bad things don't happen. But then there are also other bad things that I don't predict that do happen, so... If I had the ability to predict things 100% accurately, then I would know when bad things are coming and I could maybe avoid them. But maybe not, because I do currently already sometimes foresee that something I'm going to do is a mistake, and yet continue to do it despite my own prediction. But I guess, perhaps, if I knew for a fact that my predictions were accurate, maybe I would then have the force of will to control my behavior, since it would be so dire. Who knows? I can only speculate. Oh, hi. Oh, you're knights, aren't you? Yeah, you are. You're knights into dreams, and you're here to be my nightmare. Because I don't like the inconvenience. Oh, that's right. I can smack my thing and smack the ball of bandages into you. I don't like these guys because of the whole. You have to be behind them to damage them, and they charge at you. And granted, they're not that frustrating, really, because once they start charging, they can't turn, so you can just juke around them like that. But I just feel like the extra step is a slight bit inconvenient, so I prefer not to fight them. They don't panic me; they just slightly inconvenience me. Bomb. That was my. I was pausing there to remember the bomb button. That's why I was hesitating. I still keep doing that where I switch up the buttons in my head between this and Enter the Gungeon and some other things. That's gonna be my eternal curse though, because I do keep swapping games all the time. I'm frequently gonna have that issue where I confuse the controls in tense moments with other games that have similar but notably different controls than whatever I'm currently playing. Just gotta live with it, gotta learn to live with it, try to compensate by putting a little more brain power to remembering game controls. Oh my god. Stop giving us tracks. Haha. I wasn't worried at all, despite the exclamation of worry that I made. Disregard that. Everything is kosher. Everything is a dill pickle that is considered kosher. That's the first thing I think of when I think of kosher food, though I don't believe dill pickles are automatically kosher all the time. But frequently you see kosher dill pickles in the store. That seems to be... in fact, I can't clearly remember ever seeing non-kosher dill pickles. But I guess that wouldn't stick out in your mind anyway, because it's not like... I don't think they would label the product as non-kosher dills. They would just not put the word kosher on it. You know, they would just say, dill pickles. Here they are. And then they would leave you to assume that it's not kosher because it's not certified as kosher. But being that I'm not Jewish... currently, who knows what the future may hold. I can always convert Judaism, I guess. But seeing as I'm not Jewish, and have no other compelling reason to only eat kosher food, it doesn't really matter to me. But I think some of the things, if I remember correctly, some of the things which would disqualify a food, some of the things which a food would contact with that would disqualify it from being kosher are things that I would like to avoid my food having been in contact with for my own reasons. So, I certainly do eat some kosher food. You know. But I don't necessarily seek it out specifically in most cases. Oh, I pushed those two into the spike. I can get one of them though. There you go. I'm going to go east and explore that room, and this room, and that room. Hello, purple fires. Are you my friend? Please don't hurt me, purple fire. Oh no, you're shooting bullets at me. I should leave this place. I should leave this room because of the purple fires that want me hurt. They want to harm me. They have ill intent. As much as a fire can have intent, these fires do, and they intend to shoot homing bullets at me that I don't want to touch because they hurt. You know, I feel like that's pretty reasonable not to want to touch things that hurt you, because the pain response, right, is an evolutionary trait. Creatures on Earth, most creatures on Earth have. Not everything. I don't think every living creature on Earth can feel pain necessarily. There are some that might not, but for those that do, the whole point of it is that it's a negative feeling for when things damage your body, or potentially damage your body, that is meant to help you to avoid things that would damage you. It's a signal. And granted, there are situations where you could have long-term recurring pain or constant pain, even though you're not being further injured, and in that case, it's not doing its job properly. That's what we have painkillers for. I mean, you know. But, you know, there are problems of addiction, of course. People get into the painkillers. But overall, at its core, the nature of pain is to help you learn what's bad. Learn things that are harmful to touch, and learn to avoid them. And also to let you know that something is harming you, in case you couldn't sense it with your other senses. Not that pain is a sense. I don't think it's technically a sense. It's a sensation. I don't think it's a sense, though. It's not really in the same category as sight, hearing, touch, taste, smell. But maybe it is. Maybe it is, and people just didn't classify it that way. Maybe pain really is a sense. I don't know. And that's the end of my dissertation for now on the nature of pain, which really sounds more like the title of a book someone would write that has to do with, like, torture. And that's not what that was about. No, don't charge into me, please. I don't want it. Alright. Got me my dessert. Dog food. Best dessert. Even better than a parfait or a, tiramisu. Nice little bag of dog food. Fun fact, I have in my younger days, more than once actually, eaten dog food. Not that I was being mistreated or that it was the only thing I had available to eat. It was a childhood curiosity thing where I was like, I wonder what dog food tastes like. We've had dogs and cats and other animals during my childhood. I was like, I wonder what dog food tastes like, and I sampled some. And it wasn't good. It wasn't delicious or anything, but it also at the time I didn't find it entirely repulsive. So it happened on more than one occasion. I think it was just because it was different. It was a couple different kinds of dog food, and I was wondering how they compared. And I tried a dog biscuit once too, because I was like, why is my dog so excited for these doggy treats? I wonder if these are better than the doggy food that I tried years ago. And then I tried it, and I'm like, well, no. I mean, not for my palate necessarily. But yeah, this was when I was, but I didn't think of that at the time, because I didn't think of it in those exact words at the time, because I was quite young. But yeah, that is a thing I've done in my life. I will admit to that. It's not something I would do now, especially with the dietary restrictions that I imposed upon myself, because dog food generally is made from many of the things I try to avoid eating. And I don't just mean, like, because it's like, oh, it's the byproducts, the parts that are not meant for human consumption. I just mean, like, it's straight up like, oh, it's ingredients from beef, ingredients from pork, because I don't eat that stuff. I am a pescatarian. I still don't know for sure the definitive way to pronounce that, even though that is what I adhere to in my diet. But yeah, I don't eat meat or poultry. I just eat fish and seafood, and I do eat eggs, though. I do eat eggs, and I do have dairy products. And as I've said in other things, other places that are publicly available somewhere, that if it came from an animal that lived in its natural environment, i.e. the wild, and then was not put through undue suffering or captivity before being converted into foodstuffs, I'm more okay with eating it. But I don't regularly do that, just because of the convenience level of, like, going out and always getting, like, venison or whatever that was hunted from wild deer or anything like that, you know. It's like, that would be kind of inconvenient, so I don't do that. But if the opportunity arises, it's available, and then maybe I'll have a little. But most of the time, I just don't eat meat. And don't get offended if you're a farmer. If you are a farmer, and your farm treats your livestock well, then you have my seal of approval. I probably still won't eat the meat from your establishment. But that's another thing I may make an exception for. If I knew somebody specifically, and I knew that they ran a farm and that their animals were well treated, I might be able to be coerced into having that meat. But overall, just because, you know, in the modern age, I know there's a lot of, like, factory farms out there that their animals are under horrible conditions and whatever. But even in general, like I said, like, my general philosophy is, like, even though, you know, whatever, even though it's been going on for millennia now, well, not millennia, but as long as for most of the time that humans have existed on Earth, with the whole livestock situation, I still feel like the more natural law of the food chain is that animals get to live in their natural environment, do their own independent thing, and if another animal comes and eats them, then that's just nature, man. But I don't know of any animals besides humans that will capture another animal and feed it, but keep it captured until such time as it decides to eat it and then kill it and eat it. So, while again, I'm not condemning that entirely if the animals are not mistreated, I just feel it's a little less following the rules of nature, and I would prefer. And I'm not trying to say farms should not exist, and I'm not saying everyone should adhere to this, but personally, I would rather only consume meat from animals that lived in their wild, natural environment, and then were hunted, if anything, and killed, but not kept in captivity or tortured. But enough of that. I'm just repeating myself at this point. And if you've watched my previous streams and videos, you've probably heard me say that before. Because I do tend... Yay, bombs! I do tend to... Look at all those bombs. Look at them legs. I mean, look at that bombs. That's a stompy stomp. This is a slot machine. I do tend to think of topics in a cyclical fashion where I eventually come back to things I've thought of before. So I apologize for that and any other topic that I repeat information already given. Because I know in my life, when someone tells me the same thing over and over, it does get annoying. So I'm trying to at least hopefully space it out enough that people won't get annoyed. And it's reasonable that someone may not have watched all of my previous live streams or videos, and they may not have heard a bit of information. So, that being the case, if I repeat it, it might be new information to someone. So, yeah. And this is the most entertaining part of the game, watching me play this little slot machine. I know that's what gets all the views. People playing Binding of... Oh god! Super Troll Bomb! People just standing in a room playing Binding of Isaac. Or, playing Binding of Isaac while the character stands in the room and plays the slot machine forever. That's the top viewed thing on Twitch. Except it's not. The top viewed thing on Twitch is Fortnite. I think Fortnite Battle Royale. Which I still have... I still have it installed on my PlayStation here. I could go back to it. I'm still on the fence about it. It's not exactly my favorite type of game. Ooh, what is this? And why can't I get it? Oh, because it's a trinket and the friggin' tick locks your... The friggin' tick locks itself in your trinket slot, so I can't get whatever shiny rock that is. Damn. It's probably something good. Well, that was a good waste of my time. I think, yeah, I came out of that with much of a loss, with very much loss. Lost all of my, almost all my monies. Then I got, and dropped an item that I can't even take with me. Little Brimstone, oh yeah, grow my little party of adventurers. I love it. Love the helpers. Makes me feel like I have friends. All around me. No, that's not the right one for this situation. I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. There you go. That's good. But yeah, I like to have little helper NPCs in these games, because then, genuinely it does. As sad as that sounds, because any situation in which I'm playing a single-player game, can't think of an exception right now. I'm pretty sure, pretty much any single-player game I've ever played, that I can consciously remember at the moment, my personal feeling is that it would have been improved if I was able to play it in a cooperative fashion with another human player. There's probably exceptions I'm not thinking of, but that's generally my attitude, is that any game that I like, I would like even more if it had a co-op mode that I would be playing with with someone who's either a friend or at the very least not an antagonist, because obviously trolls, people who are trolling can ruin any experience, but if I'm playing a cooperative game with someone who is being cooperative with me, I feel like that always improves my fun level. And this does have the couch co-op where a second player can play a little baby helper that moves around independently. But, yeah, as usual, the friends I have are hard to coordinate with playing games, especially if it requires being in the same place in person. So I'm usually playing single player or with random people. Not this game, mind you, because it doesn't have any kind of random multiplayer. I don't even think you can do the couch co-op thing online, because, hence the name couch co-op. Couches generally don't exist over the internet. They are a piece of furniture that you have in your house, physically, in your location, and people can sit in it and be there with you to share your experiences with you. But most of the time, you can't sit on someone's couch over the internet. I don't know if someone made a couch simulator that you can use over the internet. That would be something. But in any case, that's not what I'm talking about. Some games, though, that have a mode in which you would normally play it on the same console will somehow let you play it online, but I don't think this one is one of those games. I don't think this one has that ability. Isaac! Hey, Mom, can you stomp on yourself, or will using this card backfire because of the fight that I'm in? I'm curious about this. I have a feeling like it's just gonna attack me. Or do nothing. It seems like it did nothing. Yeah. I don't think you can use mom's foot on herself. That would be pretty hard actually to stomp on yourself. I mean, you can stomp on your own foot. You can stomp on your other foot. That's sure a thing. Fuck you, teleport feature that I didn't want. See, this is why I didn't want it. Because now I have to start the fight over with less health. Although I can go around and pick up some hearts that I missed, maybe, potentially. There you go. Why aren't you opening? 1 key for 2 key. That seems like a good deal. I will do that. Thank you, sir. Sir or madam. Anything in here that I can use? Yeah, that's... Oh, well, it doesn't help me because I have the maximum number of rotating flies, even though one of those flies is in fact a ball of bandages, which could potentially morph itself into Bandage Girl from Super Meat Boy if I find more of them. But... needless to say, regardless, I could not fit another fly in my orbit because of fly physics. You know, the orbital physics of buzzing insects and levitating spheroids made of medical appliances? Can you call a bandage an appliance? It's not really an appliance.
Isaac!
Supply. Medical supplies. Levitating spheroids composed of medical supplies. Good. I just gotta be methodical. Oh, okay. No, I didn't get hit. I thought I got hit there, but I didn't. Mom did. Mom's leg got hit. I gotta be methodical and careful to try not to take damage, because apparently any damage to my person could result in me involuntarily teleporting out of the fight and having to start it over again. So let's try not to get damaged. Let's try not to get damaged. Let's try to do more damage to Mom, but let's not get damaged. We want to not get damaged, right? I think oh, I got damaged, but thank goodness it didn't teleport me, because that would be the worst. I don't want to teleport. I don't want to teleport. I just want to win the fight and move on with the game. I don't want to teleport. I don't want to teleport. I just want to kill the boss and move on with the game. Yay! Success is mine. Pentagram is also mine. And these hearts are mine. Everything's mine. It's all mine. It all belongs to me. Success. Now, to die stupidly. Probably. In the womb. In the womb. The wombat. Right? That's what that stands for? That's what it's short for wombat? I'm inside of a wombat? I don't know how I got to Australia. Or a zoo in which a wombat would live. Pretty sure they only live in Australia or zoos. Maybe someone has a pet wombat that I don't know about. With the amount of people in the world and people with money and eccentricity and wanting non-sentient pets. It's possible. Someone still want that for a pet who does not live in Australia. But I don't know that to be true for a fact. There are probably laws about exporting them to other countries for non-zoo purposes. But I don't know. Maybe there's not. Oh. Okay. There we go. Perfect. No, I'm just gonna go ahead and... No, I'm not gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna go ahead at all because the rocks are coming. Those little pebbles are like, hey, you got a 50... We might be a cave entrance that you see with your x-ray specs, but we're not letting you skip this room, you lazy piece of shit. Speaking of pieces of shit, that one was made of gold and full of money coin. Yay! Much better than Bitcoin. Money coin is the thing you should invest in. That's probably not a thing, and if you do see a cryptocurrency called money coin, maybe don't invest in that because that's kind of a dumb name, actually. If someone named their cryptocurrency money coin, then they might be either scamming or just have poor decision making in general, and therefore their cryptocurrency, even if not meant to be a scam, will probably fall through. Just saying. I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert on cryptocurrencies. I do. Oh yeah, good news by the way. I did finally get confirmation that I am all set to graduate with a bachelor's in computer science with a minor in security from Western Connecticut State University. It hasn't officially happened yet because I'm on the list for May, but barring any kind of crazy bullshit, come May I will be the proud owner of that degree. So that will be nice. And maybe then...
Puberty.
I mean, maybe then I will go looking into getting a job that would require that degree. But hey, if by that time I can find a way to actually support myself doing this kind of thing, I'd rather do this kind of thing. I'm just not banking on it, you know, I'm not counting on it happening. There are a lot of people on the internet playing video games and streaming it and or recording it. And the glitch, this is some kind of glitch room. It's scary, because I heard Mom laugh, and I don't like it. Yep. Okay, now it's safe, potentially. Yeah, it's a glitchy glitch room. I mean, it's not really a glitch, it's just programmed in, but that's the theme of this room. It's meant to emulate a glitch. Can't pick that up because of the tick. I like the tick, the superhero, but I'm not a fan of the tick, the item in this game, since it doesn't give you any benefit and just takes up your trinket slot. Alright, bye glitch room. If I come back, if something happen? No. Okay, bye. It's just a different type of secret room, really. Why did that map shake when did I teleport to a different door? Does the glitch room have some kind of passive effect that the next room you go into teleports you somewhere else? I mean, I didn't imagine that, right? That the map in the corner screen shook. Or not screen shook, but map shook for a moment there, right? Go back and check that. Whoever's watching this video in the future, because you're already watching a pre-recorded version, because right now I don't see any viewers on my live stream that aren't myself. Check that out. Double check that for me, please. So now I don't know if that's just something that happens for other reasons and I haven't noticed it before, or if it indicated something special happening. Oh, it's two lusts! Lust hugged me so hard that I teleported. Or at least I didn't get any STDs from her. That's kind of what I always imagined. Lust, the sin, the embodiment of sin, who is an enemy in this game. I imagine that's her deal, is that she wants to hug you, but she's got terrible diseases that are spread on contact, and that's why it hurts. Right, that's the bomb button. Or in my case, the explosive turd button. Oh no, headless worms. Oh no, how do they know where I am? They have no head. They have no head. And they can somehow swim through the ground. Well, the fleshy womb ground, so I guess it's okay. I guess there's precedent. I guess it's less unreasonable than it's swimming through solid rock. That's all I'm saying. Hi. Hey guys, can I Can I interest you in dying? Would you like to die today? There we go. Boop. Gotta remember to use my fly, my poor cat's decapitated head, which produces flies. So that trigger would make it charge up faster. Or over time. It just shook again. I saw that. I think that signifies something special is happening. And I don't know what, mind you. I don't know the meaning of it, but it means something. Hi, I was already here. Sorry. Sorry to disturb you guys. Did it again. I saw that map. Why are you doing that? Does it even have to do with the glitch room, or is it just unrelated? I have no idea. I haven't the foggiest. Oh, hey, it's Lust again. Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. Don't hug me, I'm scared. I should watch that series at some point. It's a web series, right? I've heard things. I've heard things! Oh, good. The virus. See, that also enforces my headcanon about Lust. The character. Boink. Blah. It's either the red bone, the red unboned one. You can just hit them whenever. Unlike the basic version of the enemy, which you can only hit when they stand up to shoot. No, don't hit me with your neck or head or body or any part of your anatomy. Thank you for listening to what I said. I appreciate it. Possibly. What a lovely blood lake. Alright, boss fight. There may be more secrets, but I'm not gonna spend my time looking for them right now. I'm just gonna proceed to the boss fight. Oh, good. It's death. I feel very... Oh. And it's in a tiny-ass room. That's also good for me. That only spells the good things. Oh, good. Scythes. Oh, good. More scythes, and I can't possibly damage them fast enough to not get hit by them, right? Yeah, that's that what we're doing? Is that how we're handling it at this juncture? Yeah, smell the poop fumes, Death. Enjoy the poop. You're too late. Enjoy the poop. This is your room? Sorry, I was just quoting a Hey Ash, what you playing episode. Whoa, from a while back. Oh, well, I poisoned you with my touch because I am now the embodiment of lust, I guess. And then that happened, which is a negative thing from my perspective, because now I have to do the fight from the beginning, and Death will have full health again, and I will only have 2 hearts. So, hard mode, I guess. Maybe if I bomb these rocks, since I have 60 bombs anyway, I'll get lucky, and I'll get a heart out of it. Maybe? I think it's potentially possible to happen. Not high likelihood. No. Well, sure, a lot of rocks in here. I can just bomb all these rocks, right? Whoa, why did I go through that door? I didn't mean to do that. I could just, you know, I have so many bombs. I feel like now that I thought of this idea, it's not a bad idea. It's certainly, I see no reason not to, because I just have so many bombs. That if I saved them, I'm just gonna die with a lot of unused bombs, you know? That's the way I look at it right now. So it behooves me to give this a shot and see if maybe luck will be on my side. But so far, no good. Yeah, well, not gonna go look for more rocks because that would just waste everyone's time. But I will finish bombing these. Okay, well, not the best, really. No, I fucked that up. He still got stunned. He just stuns everything on screen, but no, don't touch me. Don't touch me with your scythiness. Why did I put a bomb there? It's not even in the vicinity of useful for me. It's not even in the vicinity of obscenity. Well, it's definitely in the vicinity of obscenity. Real talk. This whole game's in the vicinity of obscenity. It's actually not even just in the vicinity of obscenity. It's certainly like square in obscenity. It's obscene. There's obscenities in it. They don't bother me. I'm just acknowledging it. Okay, you guys are being real pains in my ass right now. I need you to just die. Could you? I've definitely beaten this boss fight now, and if you make me teleport and somehow reset the boss fight in the process, I'll be super salty about it. Are you gonna just, could you just, sir? Could you just please? Right here. Yay! Evolved my bandage girl into a floating head. Maybe someday she'll get legs. Wow. Let's see here. I could pick up the Book of Revelations. Or this buddy here who picks up hearts off the ground and gives me gifts. So you can see what I picked. Dark Bum. Welcome to the team, Dark Bum. With your scavenging hearts off the ground and potentially randomly giving me item skills, I'm sure our party will succeed in our epic quest to go to wherever this is now, which should be the last level, and beat Mom's heart. See, this is womb 2, but since the boss is the heart, I feel like perhaps this isn't anatomically the womb. It's more of like the chest cavity, or the upper abdomen. You know, because you're progressing to where the heart is. Because I'm not a doctor, right? I don't know, I'm not an expert on human anatomy, but I'm pretty confident that the womb is not directly connected or adjacent to the heart in most humans. Most female humans, because most male humans don't have wombs at all. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not commonly how anatomy works, so for me to travel from the womb to the heart would normally involve traversing other cavities of the body, other areas of the body that are not officially part of a womb. But I guess, I mean, I don't know. This is Binding of Isaac, and you really shouldn't put too much thought into how things work or whatever, because you'll drive yourself insane. That's not the button. That's not the button. This is the button. Hello. Can I shoot my whoop on you? Can I? Perhaps? Yeah, yeah. I had to charge my laser. You don't actually have to. Ironically, you don't have to charge your laser for this. I mean, you have to charge it to get the charge, but when you fire it, you don't have to, like, power it up to charge it. But you can hold it to delay firing, which is what I did there. The shoot the whoop face appears on Isaac's face, and then when you release the button... Oh, hey, I got in. Well, never mind. I was going to say I got in without having to take damage from the door. But that wasn't really a savings of life, of course, because I got damaged in that room to prompt the teleportation. And now I gotta get hurt by walking out. Ow, I forgot about that fact that the I-beam targets me, and that standing still is a bad idea in that situation right there. Right there. That situation. Okay, no. Okay, no. I'm not a fan of what transpired here. I can probably compensate and deal with it. I'm just not. See, Dark Bum is cool because he moves slow enough that for the most part, as long as you're paying attention, you can pick up any hearts that you need before he'll get to them. So, you know. And then at the same time, if you are letting him get hearts that you don't need, you get items sometimes. So it was a good choice. It was a decent choice. I mean, it was a choice I made, and I don't think it was a bad choice. It was a choice. You know. As long as I'm fast enough to pick up hearts when I do need them, it turns out to be good. Also, if there's like hearts that I can't reach, even if I would have needed them, if I couldn't reach them anyway, then whatever. It's no big deal that he took them anyway, because then at least I get credit towards him giving me a gift. And I believe he frequently gives you things like temporary hearts. So if there are hearts I can't reach, and he picks them up and then he gives me a temporary heart, that's a plus for me. That's a profit, because I wouldn't have benefited from the hearts I can't reach. Poke out your head. Poke out your fucking head. Are you gonna not poke out your head until the other enemy's dead? Fine. Oh, there you go. He poked out his head. Someone touching my spaghetti, and he poked his head out. You know, actually, I don't think that really applied to that situation. I want to keep a Shoopa Woopa. I want to keep him a Shoopa Woopa. Thank you. It's kind of inconvenient that it ended up getting placed right in that door, but you know, it's fine. I just gotta go back and forth a couple times to get him. I really do want. It's fine though. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna die. I'm about to die. This is a predicament. Oh, pick up the heart. Oh, yes, there we go. Sin heart. Yeah, I didn't die! Sometimes not dying is all you can hope for. Whoa. I believe that was a quote from Destiny 2, said by Cade 6, who was voiced by Nathan Fillion, who I am a fan of. Yep. That's your more you know moment for right now. No. Oh, no. No, that was not good. That was bad, but at least I didn't die all the way. Nah. Didn't like it, though. It hurt me real bad. It hurt real bad and I didn't like it. I am not a masochist that enjoys his pain. Oh, I done goofed. Oh, that sucks that it didn't count as damaging them because they were still spawning. Oh! Fuck! Shit! Piss! Well, that was a good solid hour and 15-ish minutes of The Binding of Isaac. That's big enough for one day, right? Well, since I didn't eat breakfast because I'm stupid, I'm gonna go eat some lunch, which is now technically, well, now one is still within the acceptable lunch range. It's not really a late lunch. So I'm gonna go have lunch, which is also gonna be my breakfast. So it's like a brunch, but it's at lunchtime. In fact, it's after the core lunchtime being noon. So I really don't know what it classifies as, but either way, it'll be the first meal I eat today. And I'll also hopefully drink something so I don't get dehydrated, as I frequently do. And then I'll come back. I'm gonna definitely play more games today on this channel, so stay tuned. Or at least stay tuned to the notifications of me coming on stream. I don't know which game yet. I'm gonna play it by ear. Depending on how early my friends are available, it might be GTA 5. But it might be something else in the meantime. But then also later on, as I mentioned at the beginning of this stream, fingers crossed that nothing goes wrong, my friends and I will be playing GTA 5 online. Potentially in a private game. We'll see what happens. Most of us are not good at planning, so we haven't hammered that out between us yet. But I'll get in contact with them and see what's going on, and we'll figure it out. So, hopefully, I'll see you as a number on the screen of my dashboard to show that you're watching me, and you'll see me because you'll be watching me when that happens. Got it? We all clear on that one? Did I overcomplicate it? Probably. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. Ciao for now, and I hope that you see me and I see you seeing me in that stream later today.